But he says, I think men overthink everything about what women want. Women don't really overthink at all. They just enjoy the ride that the mysterious, bold guy comes along and throws on them. So what do you think about that?
Yeah, I believe that because what I can see here now, and my experience teaching a lot of students, both from Tusk, my own private clients, and also from you, Troy, is that when men overthink, they're doing it from a perspective of self-awareness, and that self-awareness is something that actually is a very, very negative force towards the men in the conversations, or if they want to engage with the conversation. So one of the most effective methods in order to overcome that is to shift attention from your self-awareness and towards the person you're talking with, in this case the woman, completely. You're going to give her your undivided attention completely, and that's helping so many men out there. It's just unbelievable, because as he says, everyone that want to engage a woman without having any proper framework in the conversation, they are very, very self-aware. Like, how do I look? How can I make her like me? What should I say? How can I make her laugh? Yeah. And that is a very, very wrong way to go. So in the old way, the old methodology is to use instrumental language. The instrumental language is just an act.
What do you mean by instrumental language?
Instrumental language is pre-rehearsal of routines, pre-rehearsal.
Right.
Yeah,
so
it's like learned sentences. It's like learned routines, learned game. To execute them in the best possible entertainment, in a way of entertainment. But that mess up with your nervous system if you're going to base your own confidence on that. That is toxic.
Indeed. I mean, one thing I'd say about this is I think that guys probably do overthink everything. I mean, you've got to remember, in the context of us doing this live stream, of course we're overthinking it, because that's and a normal life guy's probably still overthinking it, and he's right that women don't think about it. They just enjoy the ride. That's absolutely correct. But the point is, women are quite fortunate for the most, not entirely, not every single woman, but for the most part, women are quite fortunate, because if they are relatively attractive and they are pleasant and so on, and they go out socially, they're going to get approached by guys. So they don't have to really think about this. They don't have to think about this stuff, because they're going to be, they probably get more guys than they can handle approaching them. Guys sliding into their DMs, guys coming up to them at the bar, in the club, whatever. They're getting, so they don't have to overthink this stuff at all. And you shouldn't overthink it, but men do need to have some kind of have to know what they're doing more, don't they? Because we're the ones who have to do the approaching. So that's why channels like this exist. That's why we have conversations like this, because for, whether you like it or not, if a dude doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, then he's just not going to get the right traction, is he, in this dating marketplace?
No, I absolutely agree with you. And there is some value of what Roger is saying here. It's like, he says, like, they just enjoy the ride with the mysterious bold guy comes along and throw them on. Yeah. And he's sort of right in this case. But the fun thing is, we men, or men in general, are thinking that women, thinks a lot before we even approach them. So before we approach a girl, they believe that, the woman is judging me immediately. The woman look at me and she already have a predetermined mindset about me. And she probably saw me before. She probably saw me sitting there before. And a lot of this limited beliefs of she being super aware of things. The truth is, women don't think so much at all until you're coming in and having a true interaction with her. And I've seen this so many times that once you go in and starting an interaction with the girl, it's not until then she just going to open her eyes and her mind to see what you have to offer, basically. And what do I mean with have to offer is basically how you can make her feel. And she's not thinking about it consciously. It's like in her subconscious mind of, okay, so what is my feel about this guy? That's the only thing they're thinking about.
Yeah. So we don't. Yeah. So the point is that women don't overthink it, but they generally don't have to, really. You say, they get swept along by the men because they're very emotional creatures, and that's fine. But it's our job to think, okay, so how am I going to do the sweeping along? How am I going to be that guy that is the bold, mysterious dude? And the problem is that most guys aren't that guy. Some guys are lucky and they're kind of naturals, but for the most part, most guys aren't that dude, which is the whole basis of what we are teaching, why we're having this conversation, to try to give you some some pointers about how to become that dude who's going to be successful in the dating marketplace.